recording device.
Ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong. Welcome back, guys, to the JD podcast. Hello, JD Streams, JD.
The JDA
Unplugged.
podcast.
Hello, plug us back
Right.
in. We're here. Let's go.
And we come in peace.
And we have a special guest as well. Joe, who do we have today?
We got someone by the name of, I think, Aidan or Movie Motel. I don't know. This is some rando.
Aidan.
Our producer forced him on us. I don't really know anything about him.
Explain the producers. Explain the producers.
Jaden, Caden.
Oh, nice.
Aden sometimes.
Aden? Depending on who you talk to. Are you Aidan? That's the real question.
It's more, the spelling can sometimes be a completely different name. Had Adrian before.
That's funny. Someone quickly just looking at
I
you.
had Darian, Daryl.
You got Daryl before?
Yeah, like a lot of like pickups. I'll go to like pick it up, and then the name will be Daryl.
Nice. For me, everybody gets Joe because I think Joe is too to screw up. You know, there's not two syllables; it's just one, right? Joe.
Yeah.
But half of the people spell it wrong. They just put J-O. I'm like, J-O is the female Josephine, right?
Josephine, yeah.
But a guy,
like Jojo.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it's different. It depends on where you're from, right? Because a lot of the people who spell it wrong are just from different countries. So I'm like, maybe Joe in their country spelled differently, right? What the heck do I know? Yeah.
Maybe.
True.
Also, fun fact, there was a guy when I was working on the kids show, his name was Jose, and it was one of those things where I'm like, your name's Jose, my name's Joe, we're just living our lives. But little did we know, and especially since I recently found out that I have a Spanish heritage, is that it's Joseph. It's just Joseph. But it's just, Giuseppe, but it's Jose or whatever, right? But it's, or I just went Italian there with Giuseppe, but you get the diff, right? Both their names are Joseph. It just depends on where you're from, what country. They flip the script. Because Joseph's like an old Hebrew name, right? It's from it's a Bible name. So even though it sounds modern, because it's like just your average Joe, cup of Joe, all that kind of stuff. It's got deep roots. So like throughout the sense,
it's a very, very old name, yeah.
Change it around, yeah. And
cup of Joe.
The reason why I got my name was from my uncle. My uncle got his name from like one of his uncles or something on my Italian side. So I'm a Giuseppe, but I'm because I have Spanish heritage. I can also I can have.
Hi there, Giuseppe. Nice to meet you. I'm Darren.
Nice to meet you. I make up puppets. You want me to do a little puppet dances? I'm a real boy.
Put some strings on him. Put some strings on him.
Yeah, put some strings on him. Stay away from the whales.
Yo, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, the Age of Ultron trailer that like did a rendition of that song because Disney owned both properties really hyped me up. I was weirdly hyped because of the fact that they did that. I was like, oh, it's like Pinocchio. Oh my God, there's no strings on him because he's a free AI now. And it's just blown. I'm like, this is gonna be the best Avengers movie ever. I was like so hyped for it.
Yeah.
I feel like I got the same experience from like Transformers 2. I was like, oh, the sequel's coming out. It's gonna be so good. And then now, years later, everyone's like, the sequel to both of those franchises was the worst of the collection. So
okay, I'm glad you said that because I've noticed recently on TikTok, if I've seen a lot of people ranking the Marvel movies.
Okay.
And Age of Ultron is a very divisive one. And you either admit that it's the weakest
language.
One,
yeah, it is the weakest.
or you be really edgy and you're like, actually, I think that Age of Ultron is underrated and it's actually one of the best ones. Right. And I actually like the people who say, I actually like Rise of Skywalker. I actually like The Last Jedi. Those people. Those people are also the ones who say that Age of Ultron is the best, one of the best.
Listen, we're all hurting inside in our own way, right? There's no human being who doesn't have issues, but that's not the right way to get attention, right? You don't feel loved. You feel like nobody's looking at you, so you say some edgy shit to get people to say "fuck you," but then that just makes you hurt more inside. It's better to just ignore than to be like an edgy douche.
Yeah. You got the TikTok views from it, but
Joe's shirt's backwards too.
It is backwards, Dad. You saw it. switch it
Well, it's
now.
inside out, no?
It's
Or
inside out
inside
and
out.
it's backwards.
Oh my god, it's inside out.
It's double.
All right, I'm just
See,
owning
you're
it.
just
I'm just
trying to be
owning
that
it.
Just
edgy
own it.
person right now, Joe.
Now I'm the
who's-
edgy guy. What
Yeah.
I'm
You're
like,
so
you know
edgy.
what? I'm trying to hipsterify
So
Nike
edgy.
sportswear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why don't we wear
Trying
it on the inside out? You know? Why don't we switch
Yeah.
things up?
No one knows you're wearing
To
it.
all listeners right now, Joe is wearing his Nike shirt backwards and inside out. Just
It's
for
literally
a visual.
double. It is as a reverse of normal as you could possibly be.
Can
Yeah.
you not tell wearing it? Does it not feel weird?
I was hopping out of the shower, just threw it on, and then called you guys.
True.
So that's on me.
I just
Okay.
because like it's cut off, the Nike symbol's cut off, but someday
Yeah.
I just noticed it as you rised a little bit. I was like, oh,
Got
okay.
that
Trifle.
tag. Yeah.
He's driving.
I noticed the
He's
same time as
driving it.
you. I looked and was like, I don't remember there being like a line on this shirt, and then it went like this, and I was like, oh shit. But anyway, okay, I digress. We all digress. Something
Loves
recently
it.
passed, which I don't even know if it really exists in America, and it's the long weekend. It's the summer long weekend.
Isn't it in the
there-
long weekend for the America?
In America, they just went back to work on
Wait,
Mondays.
I thought it was a long weekend for America. Why is it a long weekend for us? Why
Maybe
is it a
they
long
get
weekend
Friday.
for us?
Maybe they get Friday off. What do I know? I just know that they were working Monday because there were certain YouTubers that I follow, like Philip DeFranco, who dropped a video, and I'm like, he wouldn't be dropping a video if he had Monday off. You know,
But
even though he makes his own schedule, I feel like he works the
so
work.
why
out.
did we have Monday off?
He's working the weekend.
No, but we do get Monday off.
Yeah, but
I'm
why
saying
do we get Monday off?
That's a good question. I feel like
Confused. That's why I'm
I
like,
heard
why? thought it
I
was an
heard Pray
American
tell
weekend.
of some kind of holiday based on some person of history, some Canadian.
Huh.
I'm gonna Google it now, but in the meantime, I would
Oh,
ask you guys, how was your long weekend? Did you guys get up to anything? Was it just a
yeah,
staycation?
what did we do?
Spill the beans. Yeah.
Get started eating. I went out for dinner with some friends.
Yeah,
That was
we
pretty
didn't
nice.
really.
And then we
Did we?
cleaned a lot.
Yeah, we've
A lot
been
of
cleaning
cleaning.
the house and rearranging furniture.
It's a lot of
Honestly,
just, like,
I don't even know. I mean, it's Thursday today, but it doesn't. I don't really even remember the transition from weekend to week. It's just kind of like, when did the weekend end?
yeah.
Yeah, you went out. You met some friends.
I think that was like Friday or Saturday. I think that was Friday of last week, so it's like almost a week ago. But we didn't do anything on the
Yeah.
weekend. We stayed inside.
But did we go anywhere?
No, we went nowhere. I went to nowhere. I'm
You
not
went,
really
yeah.
out. And then I came
Isn't
back
that a
home.
place like in the Marvel universe, somewhere in space?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
big floating head.
Right, the floating head. You went
Oh.
there. That's amazing.
We love a good
Darren.
floating head. We love a good floating
Yeah.
head.
Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of floating heads and knowledge and what have you, I
Yes.
found out the
the
coveted
holiday?
reason why we have an August long weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Love to know.
get this. So it's just made up, but each province gets to give the day a name. So there's no actual reason, but here are the names. Okay.
Oh,
God.
So
okay.
in Newfoundland, they call it Regatta Day
Okay.
after a person who knows. In New Brunswick, they call it Terry Fox Day. That's nice. I really like
Okay.
that. Terry Fox
Okay.
is a Canadian treasure.
Fair enough.
In Saskatoon, they call it Saskatchewan Day. So a little egotistical. That's
Little They
come on,
don't have
come on.
much going for them though, so
They don't.
So
That's
they can
probably
have
what it
that.
is.
give them
They
a
can
Like
have
day.
there's no one of history in our area.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can have that. They can have that.
Yeah. BC call it British Columbia Day. It's like that does sound kind of similar, except it's not, because maybe they're talking about Britain and Columbia coming together. Maybe it's the merging of the province, British Columbia.
I'm so confused
Yeah.
because didn't we have Canada Day like a month at like the same time a month ago?
July
It's
1st.
very
So yeah,
close,
straight up. That's what's up.
It's interesting.
In Nova Scotia and PEI, because I guess they're connected, they have Natal Day. Is that some kind of sea name? Some kind of sea
Natal?
shanty?
Sounds
Yeah,
like babies.
Natal, like the
Baby.
NATO agreement or something. Natal,
Interesting.
or maybe it's a baby thing. Yeah, it might be
I
baby.
don't know. Yeah. Oh, prenatal.
And then this is the weird thing. Okay, so now we're moving past provinces. Toronto, the city, calls it Simcoe Day. It's like, okay, I mean, just call it
Oh.
what Ontario calls it, but all right. So Simcoe Day, sure. There's probably a guy Simcoe. That's why Simcoe exists as a place.
Yeah.
New Brunswick calls it New Brunswick Day. Very unoriginal, very egotistical. Ottawa, so again, a city, not a whole province, calls it. No, here we go. I think it's Colonel by Day. Day. So that's weird. But
It makes me want KFC.
Is COLONEL? Is that Colonel?
Yeah.
Okay. Anytime I see it, I'm like Colonel.
I can go for a KFC.
Yeah.
So now Alberta calls it Heritage Day.
Okay.
Interesting, considering Alberta is kind of rough when it comes to the history of that area.
I wonder if they're talking about their own heritage.
Yeah, I think white heritage. I don't know.
Yeah, like
I just know Alberta's kind of bad when it comes to that stuff. They got all the cowboys.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly.
So now, and then, okay, there's the weird part. So I guess Ontario doesn't get one. I thought it did when I was going down this list, but my hometown, Burlington, is on this list. That's weird, and it's called Joseph Brant Day. Joseph Brant was a Native American.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, right?
We got the Joseph Brant Hospital. We got like his little heritage place there. I haven't really looked into it. If anything, that's kind of long overdue that I should, considering I was born and raised. I was born in that hospital and raised in that town.
I believe the story was that he was like a scout almost, and when the British were coming up, the British.
I want to look something. Is it? Okay,
I think it was the British. When the British were coming up from like the Niagara area, they must have had like a checkpoint or like a fort or something in between here and Niagara.
Yeah.
And am I getting it wrong, or was that someone else? They warned the Canadian army that the British were coming or something, and
that can't be right.
I could be mistaken by someone else.
Did Canada fight against England? Because if we did, we lost. England won. England owns Canada. America fought against England.
Yeah, maybe it was America. No, because there
definitely could have been a fight. I'm sure there was a fight for liberty.
But you're right though, because why would the British be coming from the Niagara area? So maybe it was America.
They destroyed America and they came for Canada. They're just dominating.
Yeah.
Quick question too.
Interesting.
With the hospital, is it just called Joseph Brant?
The Joseph Brant Hospital, yeah.
It's not called Saint Joseph Brant?
No.
Wow.
There are tons of Joseph hospitals, like in Toronto, Hamilton. So I think there's probably St. Joseph Hospital in Hamilton.
So St. Joseph's here.
Yeah.
Why do they always put saints in front of hospital names?
Because hospitals were founded by the Catholic Church, or so. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So I don't know. I always thought that. I'm always like, why do all churches have to have like? I mean, like they always churches used to take over everything. Like why?
Yeah, it's probably
just the dominating Catholic
like Christian brainwashing, right? Where it's like,
Yeah.
hey,
well,
our
like,
hospitals
this
are named after our prophets. So remember in your head that we're the ones saving you.
It's almost like It's like if Coca-Cola existed 300 years ago and they were naming hospitals. You'd get the Coca-Cola hospital. But the ones sponsoring shit back in the day was just
that makes sense because like Coca-Cola is like a physical.
But going back to Joseph Brant, Brantford is also named after him.
That makes sense.
Because his
some facts for you guys today.
And his people.
Facts on facts.
Dropping the facts for you guys today.
From the area.
Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna get the official because I feel like I don't want to do him in.
We've gone too deep now. We have to know for fact. So while you look that up, there's one final city in Ontario that gets its own name for the long weekend, and that is Vaughan. It's called Benjamin Vaughan Day. So I guess Vaughan was the last name of a guy who founded that city.
I guess everywhere is named after someone. I guess,
I've just never met someone with the last name Vaughan, you know. Maybe I haven't. I just didn't care. You know, how many things just escape our memory without paying attention?
Hospital. I need the actual man, not the hospital. Here we go.
Give us the man.
I'm not going to try and pronounce his indigenous name, but Joseph
his real name.
It's a very long name with lots of consonants in it. He was a Mohawk military and political leader and slave owner.
What?
He,
No.
based in present-day New York.
Oh shit.
Oh, this is interesting.
Wait. There could be 2 Joseph Brants. Or are you sure?
Okay. I'll keep reading. Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's see.
fuck, because this isn't sounding good. I don't know if I like this.
Anyway, who was closely associated with Great Britain during and after the American Revolution. Perhaps the Native American of his generation best known to the Americans and British, he met many of the most significant Anglo-American people of his age, including George Washington and King George III. All right, let's get to American Revolution. Okay, so it must have been the Americans who was keeping out of Canada, I guess.
Well, if he was in New York originally, yeah, I guess he has more of an American past to him. Military leader. Fuck. No. God damn it. Yeah, what the fuck? Okay, so he was born. Oh, god damn it. So I guess it's better that I didn't know much about him because it would have been really disappointing. And here we are, living this reality. He was born in Ohio in 1743, and he died in Upper Canada in 1807. So he became a Canadian, I guess, but he's an American at heart.
Wow.
And a slave owner. I mean, fuck.
Yet they named. Okay, well, let's get to like the do we get to accomplishments section?
I don't know. I mean, do we even want to give him? Oh, he had a brother, John Brant.
Y'all just have me here ruthless.
This is fucking ruthless.
Keep going, keep digging.
There is a lot of
digging.
His brother was born. His brother was born in Brantford, Ontario.
Okay,
no. Sorry. He's the son. He's the son of Joseph Brant. John Brant. He was not a slave owner.
We're spilling the tea.
We got it. We rep the son. We'll rep John Brant. Fuck Joseph Brant.
All right, big up John.
Maybe like John.
Big up for Brantford John.
Okay, I'm going to his official museum, the Joseph Brant Museum. We're going to get it from there, not Wikipedia.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're going to see what they
apparently, like Wikipedia, is that still a thing where like Wikipedia isn't like really good?
It can still be edited.
Because I always check it. Wikipedia. Wikipedia is what I go to.
That is my go-to.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll just check that out.
I feel like the shit I look up is too boring for people to manipulate, you know? Yeah. I'm not looking up like political affiliations.
No, I just want to know how
I'm looking up like sugar density or some shit, you know? Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I'm more
All right,
basic.
from the Joseph Brant Museum website itself. Here we go. In 1798,
Lay it out.
King George III, big up King George, granted the Mohawk and British Army captain 3,450 acres at the head of the lake, Burlington Bay, for his services to the crown during the 7 Years' War and the American Revolution.
He kind of betrayed his own people, if you think about it. It's fucked up, but...
Yeah, but America wasn't his people, really, was he? He's probably seen them as being like, no.
But just his own people in general. I mean, the British Empire, when the first... Or I guess this is still before the nation was even created, right? The nation was created in like the 18th or 1800s, yeah. Okay, never mind. This was before the shit went down with the first president.
Yeah. This was he was born in 1742 and he lived until 1807.
Yeah. Oh, so literally before Canada. Yeah.
The museum was originally built in recognition of Joseph Brant as Burlington's first citizen.
Oh, there we go.
He's been in. He kind of basically
established
Burlington
first.
He's Burlington, yeah. He's Burlington.
He's a Burlingtonian. Him, Jim Carrey, Ryan Gosling, me, all of us have one thing in common: Burlington.
Well, that's it. They just have a very small thing, but I'm sure the story was that then he was given. He established the area of Brantford, and that's why it's called Brantford, because Brant is named after him. Ford is a river. Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
Okay, cool. Brantford. Brant Street's nice and long too.
Yeah, that's the one that goes like up.
That's right? Yeah. It brings you right to downtown Burlington and goes all the way up to who knows where. Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. It's like a map that's unfinished. We don't know. It just goes into the great beyond pastures, Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mystery. We don't know yet. Yeah.
What's
Okay,
that ski place? Blue Mountain?
Blue Mountain?
Blue
Yeah.
Mountain, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it just leads there.
It just leads there, yeah.
Probably
Here you
goes
go.
to like Toronto and then some.
There's a hill.
And then just
No,
stops.
it goes up and down. So it just
okay,
goes.
never
It's like a light beam. It just goes all the way up.
Oh, okay. All
Sends
the
us
way
off.
up.
All
I'm
the
all
way
the
up.
way up.
Wow.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what Brant's saying right now in his ghost grave. He's like, ooh, first citizen of Burlington. I'm all the way up. He's just still celebrating that for some reason.
Love it
Yep.
all the way
I
up.
love it. Yeah.
Jumping topic, Joe. I wanted to ask you a quick
Yes.
question. The movie
Yes.
that you recently had just seen, did you see this in theaters or is
I
this
did.
on like?
And I got a story
Love
to tell you guys.
Love it.
Oh, juicy.
We're ready.
So
I'm in drive. Put me in park.
You?
Let's go.
you, me, and my girlfriend, who is never on screen, not for this podcast, the four of us went to Square One to watch Oot. And then some
Yes.
time passed, right? I don't know how long. A week? I'm terrible at keeping track of time.
Maybe 2. I don't know.
You're probably right. And and then I hear from the Intersphere that the Green Knight is finally coming out. I've been waiting over a year. It was supposed to come out in 2020. I was so excited, but
Yes.
didn't happen. But now it's coming out, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" It says it's coming out
Yeah.
Friday, but I remember in my noggin that
Okay.
there's like it's almost like the secret menu at McDonald's. If you know
What's the
where to
secret?
look, if you check theaters, you can see a movie before it comes out, the day before. They release it in some theaters, select theaters, a day
What?
before. And so I was like,
Whoa.
I'm busy Friday, the long weekend coming up. I got plans. I'm going places,
Wow. Okay.
but I want to see this movie as soon as possible. So I want to see it literally a day before it comes out. So I'm checking stuff. I had to check for a while. I thought it'd be easy, but I had to go through 20 theaters before I finally found one. And you won't guess which one, but the Mississauga.
Was it TIFF? Oh, Mississauga, damn it.
No.
I was thinking it would be TIFF
also
because it's like
it
art
was
house.
it was also TIFF, but the traffic, like when I looked it up on Google Maps, it was literally quicker for me to travel to a different city than to just go down the street to this specific
Wow.
theater. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
and there'd be no
traffic is
parking.
heavy.
Let's face it, there'd be no parking outside TIFF.
There wouldn't be parking. I'd have to pay for parking. Yeah.
So
I'm
the
like,
one
whatever.
that
I'm
the
going
one that
for
you had to go to was the Mississauga one.
the one that we went to. I literally just
Yeah.
went back there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
That
alone,
one's-
not with my girlfriend. I literally just traveled like a loner all the way to Mississauga just to watch this movie early. And before
quiet
we
there.
get to the movie, I show up like really early, like 40 minutes early. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I don't know why I thought I needed all this time, but I don't. Like, I just got my food, got down in my designated seat, and then I was just there alone for a while. Like, I show up right as the cleaning crew from the last movie are coming out. They're like, oh, perfect timing. Just hop right in. I was like, all right. So I'm chilling there for a bit. And then
Loves it.
like a group of rambunctious, loud, obnoxious teenagers show up.
Oh
Oh,
no!
I'm like,
it's because you're there by
oh,
yourself. That's
no.
why. That always happens when you.
I'm
go
just
by
sitting there
yourself.
like a loner, and these like 7 teenagers just come up.
And they're loud,
it's-
and they. Oh,
And there's like, oh, yo, Stutzy. But this is
Phones
more
are going
than your
off.
normal teenage hoodlums. They literally pull out bottles of beer from their backpack and then fucking crack it open on the back of the seat.
oh my
Like, what the
gosh!
fuck?
These
Like, I
guys
just
are
fucking recorded this.
wild.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys are animals. And they're like sitting like way up at the top, right in the center, like all together. And I'm like,
So
well, you guys
loud.
clearly like did not buy designated seats all together, but whatever. If you guys got that row, whatever. So they're all chilling. More people start to show up, right? And all of a sudden, there's a little
Uh-oh.
confrontation. A couple
Uh-oh.
shows up and they go, "Hey, excuse me, like you're in our row. We got seats right there." And they're like, "Oh no, it's fine. You can just sit next to me." It's like, and then they just
No.
leave, and then they come back with an employee, Cineplex
Mhm.
employee, and this employee looks like he's the age of the teenagers. He just looks like some
Oh
17
man,
kid.
that'd be me.
It's like,
That'd be
Hey,
me.
hey, excuse me, can you guys move to your designated seats? And they're like, this is where we're sitting. And then instead of the employee being like, I'm not fucking paid enough to deal with this shit, I'm just gonna leave, he instead's like, show me your tickets right now. Show me your tickets on your phone. And it's just like, no, well, we don't have it. A friend has it. And he's just like, okay, friend, and like points to him. He's like, show me the tickets. And he's like, okay, and shows the tickets. All the tickets are for the bottom, like right by the screen. I'm like, you fucking douchebags. I was like, all you guys are
Wow.
assholes. And then so literally half of them leave, but then like 3, and like the ones that are being like the loudest and drinking the beer and stuff, They just stay there. And they're like, nah, bro, it's cool. They go down there. We'll just hang out here. And then he's like, no, go. And then the guy with the ticket's like, can you please just let them stay up there? And the employee's like, no, go now, or I'm going to get you kicked out.
Get the
And
hell
grab more
down.
employees. It was this whole scene. And like everybody's watching because there's like 30 people at this point. And we're all just like, what the fuck? Just watching this.
I would have been like,
no,
this is
literally
an
half
extra
my
movie.
bag was empty before the
This
movie
is an
started.
extra movie. This is
Straight up, it was this movie
awesome.
for me. I was like,
This is great.
This is real life drama, baby. And then so eventually they skulk down because they're fucking, you know, they're not actually tough. They're just all talk, right?
Yeah.
So I'm surprised he didn't kick them out for the alcohol. Did they hide it or something?
They just, yeah, they were going like this. And the guy was probably exacerbated. Emotionally, that's so exhausting to have to confront someone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm sure he's like, I work here, something's going to happen. But like, you know, he was probably just like, I just want you to go. Please just go away.
Yeah.
And in my head, too, I'm like, why the fuck this kind of artistic movie does not lure in the demographic?
Yeah,
no,
like,
that's really surprising.
It's like Fast 9 is playing over there, guys.
Yeah, like, what are you guys doing in here?
You guys seem like fucking bumbling idiots. What are you here to watch this? But so I'm thinking that they're going to be basically hollering at the movie the whole time. Luckily, that wasn't the case. And I guess because they were ashamed in front of everyone, they just kind of went quiet. So
That's
I was
good.
like, good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would be
Kudos
surprised
to the little
that they went to see
little guy had it going on.
a movie like that. And then would say,
doesn't look like an action movie at all.
yeah, because I figured I'm pretty sure when we went to see Old, we passed a group as we were going in, and I overheard one saying, "Let's go see what's in Screen 8."
Oh my god! So
they'd left whatever was in hours before us. They were leaving, and they were like, "Let's just jump, let's just see what we can jump in next." Because that's what they do. Because there's not enough staff. There's no security guards or anything anymore because it's COVID.
Five-finger discount. Yeah.
So when you were telling that story just then, I was like, oh, they probably just snuck in. They'll wait till it starts, and then they'll realize it's not for them, and they'll leave.
Yeah,
that's interesting that they actually
they stayed for the movie, and they were quiet,
and they bought the tickets.
Yeah, they just got scolded, so that's all. Yeah.
It's almost like a little coincidence how that happened with us a little bit, but the guy was a lot like
it was just one man, and then his ticket was for down at the screen, and we're like, can you please like go away? These are our seats. And then he like took convincing. He was like, well, where do I go? It's like, we're not fucking employees, bro. Like, just go away. We're not looking for you.
I literally look for people in this whole theater. Go anywhere.
Yeah, and then what he chooses to do, he literally gets up, goes literally to the next row, and then sits like right in like just above Sam. It was,
and wouldn't it be funny if another group came in and they had that seat that he had moved into?
Yeah, I'd be like,
that would have been funny.
Yeah,
that would have been sad.
Yeah, no,
just go to your seat.
Just
go to your seat.
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay, so that's the pre-drama, right? That's the pre-show. Now that they don't have pre-shows anymore, that was my pre-show. So I got a nice little taste of that, little tidbit of drama, and then the movie started. And so, spoiler free, I will say this: it's good but slow, and there's no action. So you have to go in with those expectations, otherwise you'll probably be disappointed, right? Like I was not disappointed, except for the fact that I had looked up the original lore, because this is based on an ancient Arthurian legend, right? A poem that's like over 1,000 years old in ancient England, right? So I kind of, I had read the book essentially, and now I'm here to see the movie. So I had certain expectations going into it, and there were some points that did not carry through directly. It wasn't a one-to-one comparison. So I was a little bit disappointed, but still thinking about it, I'm like, that was a terrific movie. It's a movie that has a moral. It's a movie that is engaging throughout. It's kind of like a video game. He's got the main quest, but he also has side quests that he goes on the way.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't even know what else to really say without spoiling. It's Dev Patel. He's beautiful. I've been watching him since the show Skins. I don't know if you guys see that.
Skins. Okay. Joe, you watch Skins?
You're a fan.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Apparently there's an American version, but I don't want to watch that shit.
Nobody watched that one.
Watch the OG. Yeah, come on. I watched everything, even the movies, even like or just the post show. How they did like a little 2-episode for like 3 people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm all about
Wow, that's
all
so
it. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fun.
Skins is great. I grew up on Skins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's Dev Patel
I heard that.
basically. Yeah. What was that noise? What was that?
It was my brother dropping something.
Oh, nice.
But I can hear a beat in the background though.
Oh, that's me. That's me then. That's my downstairs neighbor. I didn't know if you guys could hear that, but yeah,
That's so funny.
he's kind of a musician. You know, he's that's him. He's got like a little
Awesome.
keyboard.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You'd think he would have headphones on, but yeah.
Oh, now I hear it.
He's young. He's young. You know, he's 18.
Okay, well, there we go.
He's free. He's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
It's all
We
good.
interviewed him. Adam. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm trying to think of what else I could say. It's a movie about honor, about keeping your word, about what it means to be honorable and, you know, that kind of stuff, and to be a man and all that jazz. It's very poetic. It has,
Very poetic.
I would say, 2 slow scenes. So the
Oh.
whole thing isn't slow, right? Because some movies are like that, where it's just like every shot super long, constantly.
Yeah, especially like these A24 movies. They can be a little bit artsy, aren't they? You know.
A little bit of art.
Yeah. It's
A little
2.5
bit of
hours
acting,
for
a
1.5
little bit of
hours.
staring,
Yeah.
a little bit of camera panning.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Camera
this movie,
angles.
there's one camera pan
lot of that.
that's a little too long, and
Yep.
then there's the opening scene.
funny,
I
camera
heard someone else's. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice here. Woo! Okay. Total side note. I'm gonna hit a side note right now. On Monday, I went to Canada's Wonderland, and I was screaming a lot because I was having fun. So I think I got strep throat or something from that, and I'm hoping that's all it is.
You went to
But
Canada's
my throat is
Wonderland?
very dry. Yeah. It was.
How does that
fucking.
work?
It was rough. I'll say that much. It was very much like I don't fucking like any of you people being so near me. Like I was ducking and weaving. I was doing the hallway method, you know. But it's like there's too many people and they're all crowding. You just kind of yeah, exactly, yeah. But
So is it just open back up to the public? No like limitations on how many people could be in there?
You had to buy tickets beforehand, so that's probably how they do it. So it's reserved tickets, and so once they reach capacity, they stop. But like it seemed like there was no cap. There were so many people, it was insane, like 100,000 people.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Were the lines any shorter? No.
No, straight up sucked because it was a beautiful day. Monday was like the sunny day of the weekend. It was kind of rainy the other days, or at least cloudy. But yeah. But anyway, yeah. So
No fast
my
pass?
apologies for my throat, but
Damn.
I'm trying. Yeah, I was saying people had done reviews of The Green Knight, and they said that their favorite scene was the scene that propels the movie. It's the big motivator near the beginning, where it's like this is the event that creates the journey. But for me, I was like, the scene once it got going was good, but it was so slow in the beginning. I was just like, why is this taking so long? Like we saw the trailer. Even if you didn't see the trailer, you know what this is leading to, because it's like it's one of those things like in TV shows they do that. Like I remember Game of Thrones. I forget if it was season 7's final episode, the beginning of it. It was just everyone like getting dressed and like big build up music, like dun 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 dun, and everyone's getting dressed and stuff. And it's when now I'm forgetting her name, but the main bad bitch queen that's like hanging out in the capital, Lannister, how she like kills all those religious people. Yeah. She just like gets that green goo to just blow the fuck out of everyone.
Yeah. Oh, that episode was.
Or was that
incredible.
season 6 finale?
I think it was 6.
Yeah,
Penultimate episode of season 6.
So I don't know why, but I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like I understand they're trying to build up tension with just cross-cutting between like 7 characters all getting dressed and shit, but it's like, it seems too much. I don't know. I don't know why I feel that way. It's probably because I have no fashion sense. I'm like, I don't care about what's happening. I was like, I understand this is a big event that's happening. Cersei is about to be put on trial for some shit, and she's going to kill everybody. But there are other ways you can do that. I don't know. Either way, so this movie does something like that, where there's big build-up scene, cross-cutting and stuff, and I'm like, just have it be 2 scenes where that person's building up and then that thing goes up.
Gotcha.
But that's a super minor gripe that probably I'm the only human being that would have. So you guys are gonna love it. It's very thoughtful, and also I was confused at first with I don't know if I can say it, but just when you think about the movie after you watch it, it makes sense, and it's very kind of like dreamy and poetic. You know, it's like even though it's shot as if it's literal, a lot of like fantasy elements are involved with this movie. And when you're watching it, you're just like, okay, like you just kind of get into it. But
Okay.
excuse me.
This guy's
Poor
dying.
thing.
But either way,
Yeah, he
I'm
really was
literally
going to
dying. I
town.
gotta stop talking. I'm gonna end
Going to town.
my movie review of The Green Knight by saying it's a must-watch, but go in with the expectation of it not being an action movie and
Yeah.
just being
Okay.
philosophical and wispy and adventurous. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
We saw speaking of movies, we saw Jungle Cruise or Jungle Run.
Jungle
Right,
Cruise.
Jungle Cruise, based
Yeah.
on the
Jungle.
Disney-
Because you guys didn't say anything at first, I was like, am I
Right.
saying it the wrong name?
Jungle Cruise. Cruising
Yeah,
through
Jungle Cruise.
for
the
Jungle
jungle.
Cruising.
That movie was a lot of CGI. That's all I have to say.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm so confused. It was just so I at times I couldn't really see some things that were going on in the movie because there was a lot of like just like my head was kind of hurting because I felt like I had to keep doing this like to focus. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
It's like I kept doing this. I'm like,
it's like
wait, what
because
is
they've
that?
got the budget, right, Joe? They've got the budget because it's Disney.
Yeah.
But it's like they don't want to spend any of it.
They're holding on to it all. Yeah.
So
And
they, they it's like 90% of the movies on a boat going down a river.
Yeah.
The boat's real, but the
Yeah.
boat's on a green screen set, right? The rivers, the
So you
water's
said
not
the boat
real.
is real? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the boat was a physical, right? But yeah, like the river's not real. Well, some shots there was a river, so they could jump in and swim. But even that was like in a water tank because the water was clear.
Okay. So straight
Like
up, yeah.
perfectly clear water with no bugs and fish in it.
Yeah.
But like all the background, like a panoramic background, CGI.
Yeah.
Everything was CGI.
Lifeless.
Everything.
They're going. They get off the boat at one point. They're going to jungle. It's physical trees and leaves, but they're probably plastic. They're probably fake plants, indoor plant, things like that. I highly doubt they traveled outside of the States to film this movie. It was probably filmed in Georgia on a soundstage.
Yeah. Some kind of a swampy tropical area. Yeah.
Yeah. And then one point
Right.
they're going to a temple that was like entirely CGI. I don't think even the floor was real. I think it was like a full CG.
It must be hard to.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was made during COVID. I think it was 2020. I think they filmed it last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess they can be like, oh well, we couldn't travel outside to film it,
Right.
But yeah,
Yikes.
You can tell they didn't put in all the effort. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was very heavy CGI for a movie that probably had a very, very high budget. Disney budget. Yeah.
Well, just
I feel like it
no
didn't
need to even list a budget. It's like just unlimited. It's Disney.
Yeah.
They're just like, let's do it. Let's put all the money. Yeah.
It didn't do Rock justice. Like he's pretty good. Like I mean, like I don't know what's with him in Jungle movies because it seems like he's in all the Jungle movies. So, but this one didn't. I don't know what it was. It didn't even seem like they were in a jungle. That's what I.
They're on the water.
Scene. I'm like, are they even in a jungle? Like it's so weird. I just was like, I just saw right past through everything. It just seems so like.
Yeah.
You could see those dudes just pulling the
cheap.
wires. Yeah.
And the story was meh. A lot of people have been comparing it to The Mummy.
Oh yeah, I remember the story. It's what is kind of odd too is that was odd. Okay, so like spoilers, guys, because no one's gonna watch this. The whole main plot is like to get a flower that can cure, hopefully, the rest of the world with like diseases and things like this. Who knows, etc. Right? Isn't that the whole point of this flower?
Yep, magic flower, cure all. You can make potions. You can cure anything with this flower.
And then it turns out that the rock is like part of like an ancient, like some sort of ancient spell that he's been alive for like hundreds of years, and he really cares about nothing really besides this like jaguar or something. I don't know. Besides the point, jaguar, cheetah, I don't know. So at the end of the movie, which I find so weird, is they're on a cruise or a quest. The female lead is on the route or quest to get this flower, and at the very end of the movie, something happens where like all the flowers are like dying, so she has to like at this point where she has to get the last one. She finally gets the last one, but the Rock is now, sacrificed himself so that
Oh
she can
no,
get
what?
that.
Yeah.
So now the Rock is engraved, like he's like literally engraved into the wall of like, well, actually he's not engraved. He's a statue basically. There's a statue inside of the wall now with all the bad guys. He's all dead, all vines, da 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 da. Okay, great, movie's done. Okay, you got the flower.
Oh
Go.
my god. Obviously, that's not what happened.
Go
Leave.
solve
Leave.
polio.
Leave.
Yeah,
Go
he's
solve
lived for
now.
hundreds of
He lived for
years.
100 years.
Yeah,
Like,
let him go.
why are you gonna do that? And then you know what she does? She goes and takes the flower and puts it in his mouth.
There we go.
Oh,
now
he's
millions die
surviving.
because she didn't.
And then what?
Yeah.
We look up after we kiss, and what do you know? There's some more flowers up there.
Wait a minute. She's married to John Krasinski. What's she doing kissing the Rock?
Yeah.
Plus, the Rock is like a non-sexual being. He's like so
like,
big that he's just an action figure.
Yeah.
I when I think of the Rock, I don't think
like,
of him kissing girls.
Leave him in the Rock.
Or anything. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So the twist was, Joe, that so there's a villain. We've already gone past spoilers.
We're just down the fucking. We're down the cruise at this point. Yeah.
The main villain is Jesse Plemons. From the first scene he's in it, he's the villain. He's playing a German. It's World War One era. They don't specify, but it's kind of hinted that it's World War.
He's not a Nazi. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not a Nazi. It's World War One.
Right.
But he's still German.
He's
still
just
a bad guy.
Right.
He's still a bad guy because he's German.
Yep.
Yeah. He wants the flower for himself. Why? He's German.
Right, he's German, yeah.
Yeah, so he must be evil or like.
So he's pursuing them the whole time.
Yeah.
Through the Amazon. Here's the catch though, because he's German. He has a submarine. So he's somehow navigating the winding Amazon River, which is full of vines and dead trees and things.
Rocks, tons of debris.
Yeah. He's navigating it in a huge submarine.
It's like no.
And it's like plot armor. It's like when you need the submarine to arrive, it just the periscope comes up.
There it is. Yeah.
And then the rest of the doesn't matter how deep the Amazon River is.
Yeah.
It just
comes
here's the submarine.
They're like walking in the river. It's so shallow, and then he just appears.
Yeah, and he's like
Like at one point,
like swimming in the river. It's like, oh my
they've
God.
left the submarine behind ages ago. Scenes have gone by. Boom. They reached a temple that they've been looking for.
There's a waterfall. There it is.
Yeah, there's a waterfall. And they find this ancient. Yeah, they find this ancient lever. Pull the lever, cuts off the waterfall. The water level sinks, revealing the temple was under the water. Right.
Yeah.
Water level sinks. Oh, the submarine's there as well.
Oh no.
What a coincidence.
How did it get ahead of them?
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's the main villain, but then I don't know how he discovers this, but he discovers that there is 4 conquistadors mummified in a cave.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I don't know how he knows this, but he knows that if he puts water from the Amazon River on these mummified conquistadors, they will come back to life in a semi-zombified state.
Right, suggestive state.
Which copies Pirates of the Caribbean, where it's like, oh, here's the zombie henchman.
Just Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, we've got zombie henchmen, so you can like beat them up. You can. The Rock can do anything to them, and it's not violent because they're like half zombies. Yeah, so one of them. He's made of snakes. So he's wearing the conquistador armor, but like he has snakes holding all his muscles together and stuff.
Right.
So then when you punch him, he can fall apart in snakes and then come back together.
Right. It's like a hunter from Halo.
Yeah.
An ungoy.
What
do they call it?
Another one is made of bees and bee wax and honey for some reason.
And honey.
And another one is made of mud.
No, it's trees.
Well, there's a mud and a tree. So there's a tree.
A tree.
There's 4 altogether.
Oh,
so those are very immobile.
There's a mud one too?
There was a mud one. So of
Oh,
course,
my
you know,
God.
he's
I
made
don't
of
even
mud, so you
remember
can
that.
beat the Rock can beat him up. They can throw him off bridges and blow him up.
That's
He's
probably
made
what I
of
couldn't
mud.
see. That's probably the parts where I was like, "What's
Yeah.
going on? I
Yeah,
can't see
Just
and they
anything."
always
blinking and
attack and
nothing's
it's
there, yeah.
nighttime and blah blah blah.
It was mud.
Anyway,
It was the
Right.
mud.
so those are like the henchmen that Jesse Plemons sends after them. But there's like the cursed, and the curse is that they can't go too far from the river, the Amazon River.
Yeah.
Or they'll like
Oh, no, they're tied
get
to
sucked. No, they'll get sucked back towards the
Shit.
river by nature.
Yeah.
Nature like drags them back towards the river.
Ooh,
So they can only
yeah.
ever chase the heroes so far. Except the heroes stay on the river the entire movie.
Because it's
So it's
Jungle
like,
Cruise.
yeah,
Right,
you could have
right.
just
They-
they
yeah.
could have gone on
They gotta
foot.
be on the
It would have
boat.
been
Easily coulda
safe,
hiked it.
but they have to.
Yeah.
Anyway,
be on the
big
boat.
twist. Big twist
To get
comes.
to the end.
The Rock gets killed. He gets a sword through his chest.
Oh,
He
shit.
falls off this giant tree.
Oh, fuck.
And then Emily Blunt goes to find him, and he's alive, and he pulls the sword out, and she's like, "How?" And he's like, "Oh, you know the conquistadors that are following us, that
Me
are like
too.
magical. I'm one as well,
But I'm sexy.
but I'm good guy. I'm a good
Yeah.
one. I was also cursed, but I'm a good one,
But
and
why
I'm
does
not
he have no
evil
ruler?
and disfigured."
Brought him back. Yeah. So many questions, no answers.
So many
knows?
questions, like why is a Samoan man a
An
conquistador?
Amazonian. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But
why is
anyway,
It's a
doing
brave new
Jungle
world.
Cruises?
The spice trade brought him.
but
Samoa.
like that
Yeah.
that moment ruined the movie for me because I was like, great, he's got superpowers basically. Like this
Right.
couldn't just be an adventure movie. He has to have superpowers.
Well, he has to be
Yeah.
extra strong.
He has
Well,
to be.
yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
he has to be like.
It's kind of every movie. It's not just this or the Fast and Furious. It's every movie. He's super powered. In Rampage, he's just punching people and they're flying. It's like it's
Yeah.
so stupid. It's like,
But he's
why is he-
already a big guy. If he
yeah,
punched,
why not just have him overpower people normally?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be something like a Chinese martial arts film?
Like
he just
superhero
hits them and they go
status.
woo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. Zero
And
sense.
then yeah, so that's like a big twist. But then they get over it really quick. That all right, cool. We've still got a mission to do. They go to the temple, and they have to. She was carrying this trinket around the whole time. It's a
Okay,
heart, and the heart has to go inside like a stone shrine, like it's Indiana Jones, or and even though this shrine is 2,000 years old because it's Aztec or more 4,000 years old, you just put this stone heart in, and it activates. Of
Yeah.
course it would, right? Like there's no
It's just like
dust.
When you're
Aquaman.
saying this out loud, it
Yeah,
sounds
just like
so
Aquaman.
ridiculous. It's like, what
Yeah,
were they
Aquaman,
thinking when they came up
It's
with
thousands
this?
of years
So-
old, and they
Boom. Yeah.
put water on it, and it instantly works. Yeah.
Yeah. Magic. dude.
So this tree comes to life, but only under the light of the moon.
Okay.
So all
Yeah,
these
that makes
leaves then
sense.
appear. They have to grab grab a petal.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the moon goes like behind the cloud again, all the leaves start dying. So that's why it's
Oh
just to
no,
grab it
that's
really
what's
quick.
just clasping.
So
Yeah.
only in the moonlight are these, and then
So basically just reduced sunlight because all the moon does is reflect the sun. So all you need to do is just get a sliver of like the sun, and kind of
Yep.
just dilute it through like a filter or something. Like set up a rigging system and just dilute it with using filters, and then there you go.
There's lots of like just bad like physics and like they pull this lever to get into the temple, and it blocks off the waterfall above it. So because there's no waterfall flowing into the river below, which is connected to the Amazon, that river then all the water just goes down.
Yeah, that's not how it works at all.
That's not how
'Cause
that
works. Where'd the water go? Where'd it go?
Where's the water go? Yeah.
Where did it sink into? Yeah.
Then they go into the temple, which somehow, even though they've reduced the water level, there's still enough water that they can drive the boat into the temple.
What? So the boat comes too with them? That's
and also
ridiculous.
that
The
means
boat
that
always goes through.
the Aztecs built this temple wide enough for boats to go in.
With boats that they wouldn't have had. They would have had,
they had
canoes or
canoes.
kayaks. Yeah.
Anyway, so the
Meanwhile,
boat
the
goes
steamboat
in.
fits right in. Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
then
huge. The boat's huge too. It's the biggest boat you could possibly imagine.
the bad guys follow them in, and Emily Blunt realizes that, or the Rock realizes that they have to cut off the water supply into the temple now, because if the bad guys are too far from the water, the forest will drag them back. Right, nature will reclaim them because they've gone too far. So he drives his boat into some pillars. The pillars collapse at like one single rock, and it blocks the river, and that water just stops. The water just disappears as well because it's been blocked off now. And
By
then
a
as soon
rock.
as
They're all
that water
cast
is
in
liquid has
stone.
been stopped by a rock.
yeah, and then all these vines come out, and the vines start grabbing the bad guys and trying to pull them back
Now
towards
they're
the
casted in stone.
and then it also turns them to stone. It's like it drags them back towards the river if they're too far,
Turns them
and
into
it turns
stone.
them into mummified.
Yeah, it's like, oh my
stone
God.
statue.
Yeah, why the fuck does it go that far? Yeah, why not just drag it back? What the hell? Yeah.
And yeah, all because a few rocks blocked off the river that they'd already drained. Yeah.
God damn, that's stupid. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you think, because that's the weird thing. Pirates of the Caribbean was just a ride that they turned into a movie, but it doesn't seem like that. It seems like old fucking like lore. It's got it's because it's diving into like the ancient history of pirates and that area of business trade with the British. It's like there's so much into that movie that they put into it, a lot of heart and soul, And then now Jungle Cruise, I guess, just sounds like they're trying to make the movie as much like the ride, instead of
so
turning
that's
it
what
into
they
an
did
actual story.
wrong. Yeah, so Pirates of the Caribbean took the concept of pirates in the Caribbean and then made a whole movie
looked
about
into the history of
Yeah.
that for real and like turned it into a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like you watch Pirates of the Caribbean and Johnny Depp's just on a boat going down a single track.
And there's
It's
obstacles.
like,
Ooh, and there's alligators
like,
and jumping away from
it's
zombies.
they-
Yeah.
Jungle's trying to kill us.
They just
That's
took
it.
the
Like this
name
is a
of Pirates
movie.
of the
You're making a
Caribbean.
movie, Disney. You're not making a ride again. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Jungle Cruise is literally the beginning. Is him, The Rock, giving a jungle cruise to some
He's a
tourists.
tour guide.
So it actually starts
true.
with him
Doing the literal ride.
yeah.
Straight
It's
and
like, why is he not
yeah.
in the jungle doing stuff?
Yeah.
And he's like conning people, so like, he has
What the
everything
fuck?
set
He's
up.
not even a good guy. He's like, I'm a zombie conning people for money so that I can drink liquid into my zombie body.
Basically.
Yeah.
Which makes no
yeah.
sense.
So he's like, let's say he's 2,000 years old.
Yeah.
Again,
Or less or more, less than 2,000 years old. I don't know when. What year would the
right,
Spanish?
maybe 600 years ago.
Okay, so maybe it's 600 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was like I thought he was 400 years old.
Does he in any part of the movie say, "I was also a conquistador"? I'm Spanish. Can't you tell? Don't I look like a Spaniard with my mustache?
There's a whole flash. There's a whole flashback sequence where he's in that conquistador armor with the big helmet.
What? So they
And
do
they
try to
put a
make him
beard
just
on
a
him
Spanish guy.
to make him look a bit different. He's got a beard.
Spanish. Give him the pointy goatee and he's Spanish.
Brutal.
Yeah. And then so because he can't leave the Amazon, he decided to stay there, and he built a little community there, and he built the boat himself, and he's been doing river cruise tours for 600 years.
Right. Yeah.
He has to con people because basically he's not very good at it. So he has to con people to get more money. But he's 600 years old. He could have maybe had like an empire by now.
Straight up. Built a better business
no,
than
he's
just
sucks.
Is he like an alcoholic or anything, or what?
And he's just really bad at it. And
he's a super smart Alec comedian.
That's it. So he's not even like, I'm doing this because I have motivation problems or I have a drinking problem. He's literally just...
Here's all I needed to do.
Yeah. Have him have emotional issues.
No. He should have just been like, people. Oh, the reason I'm here and I'm doing this boat tour is because I actually know the location of the flower. And I know that
I'm intentionally diverting people.
I'm intentionally diverting people and keeping people from finding it because it will corrupt
making
people.
It seem like it's not real.
Danger.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel
but
that.
Instead,
would instantly make it a good. Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, instead Emily Blunt's like, I'll pay you $20,000 to take us.
Just throwing 20s at like thousands
He's
of
a zombie. He doesn't give a fuck about. Yeah, money should be immaterial to him at that point.
That's what I don't get.
Why is he performing a business for hundreds of years?
And why are you conning people to believe that the jungle's like haunted and like extra more dangerous?
Like it literally is though. Yeah, I don't. It's weird.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. You could just go in the jungle and just do that. It's fine.
Yeah. Honestly, I was talking about the Amazon and conquistadors and stuff. Just makes me think of the movie The Fountain with Hugh Jackman. Have you guys seen that one?
Never saw
Came
that.
out in like 2005. You guys haven't seen that?
No.
It's also artistic. It's very abstract.
It's
It's by the guy who did Mother or Black Swan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Aaron Aronofsky.
Yeah. Well, if you enjoy either of those movies, then you'd love The Fountain.
No, in that case, probably a hard pass.
I would like it. I liked Mother and I liked Black Swan.
There we go. So yeah, not Braden before Darren. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about immortality, funnily enough. So it's literally kind of this story. But
Black Swan, sure. Mother, no, hard pass on Mother.
You know what? The Fountain's like a combination of those two. It's about a character dealing with the concept of death and how obviously he doesn't want to die, wants to live forever, because it's all about him finding the tree of life in the Amazon as a conquistador. And but it splices between stuff. So I guess this would be my recommendation for you guys. Without spoiling anything, I'll just say there are 3 timelines in the movie.
Okay.
Spoiler free. There's 3 timelines. I'm not gonna say which is what, if it's a dream or if it's literal or whatever. But in one timeline, it's 600 years ago or whatever, during the Spanish Inquisition. Then it's modern day, and Hugh Jackman's just a sexy doctor. And then it's in the super future, and I'm not even going to tell you about that. But those are the 3 timelines.
Cool.
So it's all about
that's intriguing.
Extracting the philosophy of the movie and understanding that the movie is personal to Hugh. It's all about Hugh's kind of inner mind, because he's the one that you follow. Even though it's like him and Rachel Weisz, it's like you're mostly following.
Okay.
Interesting.
I love the music, especially in that movie. That's why I always go back to that movie, because I'm like, it's so beautiful, and the cinematography is great. Yeah. So also originally,
lovely.
I think the original casting was supposed to be like Tom Cruise and like Angelina Jolie or something, but they were just busy at that time, or like too. She
was doing Maleficent.
I can't imagine Tom Cruise being a immortal conquistador in the jungles. No, I can't see Tom Cruise.
I mean, I'd say Tom Cruise has done philosophical movies like Vanilla Sky, but he's not the one that you think of when you think of movies about, concepts of death and stuff, He's too much about Scientology.
He was in The Last Samurai, though, so he has done period. I just can't picture him.
He was in The Mummy, too.
Doing that.
Yeah. Right.
Let's not talk about The Mummy.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. You guys know that. I didn't have to tell you guys that one.
There's only one good Mummy, and that's the Brendan Fraser one.
That's right. Not my mummy to Tom Cruise. Sorry, Tom.
Yeah.
Hey, the franchise failed anyway, so we're good.
The Rock is tiny.
We helped stop that timeline from existing.
Yeah.
We broke it off with our wallets. Yeah.
Like, he's like triple the size now compared to like.
Yeah, The Rock was. That was when The Rock was
so tiny compared to now.
The Pebble.
Yeah, he was a pebble. Yeah, the Pebble.
Yeah.
The Pebble.
No jokes. All right, guys.
Anyway, that's
it. That's it for our movie reviews.
God damn, this was another movie podcast. Yeah. And looking into Joseph Brant and his misadventures, I guess. Yeah.
I mean,
but it'd be a slave owner.
Yeah.
Well, these movies be playing.
I'll look into that more. I'll look into the slave owning more. Because obviously he's still a indigenous warrior who helped.
Well, that's the
kick out the Americans.
Yeah, it's like everything sounds great, and then there's just that one line, slave owner, and you're like, what the fuck?
Where it keeps going. It's like, why
can we just redact that from the records?
Why didn't it stop?
Yeah. History matters. We gotta go over the facts.
Sound off down below, guys. Let us know. Yeah. Please do some background research. Let us know. Sound off down below. We want to get your opinions. We want to know what you think. If you've seen Jungle Cruise, let us know. Fast 9, what'd you think? Because we saw.
Oh my god, yeah, Fast 9, yeah. Were you drinking beers in the movie while watching Fast 9? Let us know.
Not, unfortunately, for us, but if you were, then all to you.
All I'll say is Fast 9 was more entertaining than Jungle Cruise. That's all. We'll end on that.
Okay. That's good.
That's a good way to. That's a good way to end it. Yep. Love it. Keep on, guys.
It's atrocious, but it was more enjoyable.
Yeah. That's it was a fucking hot mess. But it was so something.
Yeah.
You definitely got to get off the movie game again. Got to hit up a Mississauga again to get the movie going. Another good
Oh
movie.
my God. We
I don't
gotta
really
make
know
that
anything that's
regular.
coming
We
out,
gotta
but-
see more
Oh.
movies together, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow Suicide Squad's out,
Oh,
So next
that's an idea.
and I'm desperate to see it, Joe, because I made a video about it about a month
Yeah.
or so ago, 2 months ago,
Right.
where it was my predictions as to
Yeah.
whom would live and die.
Yes.
And over the past month, because it's getting closer to this movie coming out, that video has been getting more and more traction. People commenting, saying
Right.
like they've started finding it. A
Yeah,
lot of
yeah, yeah.
people are team Captain Boomerang. A lot of people say, I want Captain Boomerang to live. Don't know why.
Right.
I don't think it's that interesting. I don't
Not at
why.
all.
I don't know.
Oh, well.
Everyone wants Captain Boomerang to live.
Yeah.
But in my video, I'm like, he clearly dies from the trailer, blah blah. Anyway.
Right.
And then just because of the way that movies come out,
My ears itching.
Suicide Squad's already been out almost a week in the UK and maybe even in Europe.
Oh, seriously? Comes out earlier?
Yeah.
I thought the UK was always later
Oh,
than
really?
America.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I thought like
For
Korea
this
got
one-
things early and then
But
England
this one,
did.
it's come out early.
Okay.
So people
Well-
have been commenting on my video
Oh no, with spoilers?
saying like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you were almost right with this."
So
You
you
were
can't
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Okay, that's
I've been like
It's
blanking out
clear.
my
Yeah. staying
emails, and
clear.
every time I get a notification like someone coming in the video,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't look at it. I don't.
Please
So I'm
say
like,
that.
I'm desperate to see
Just don't look.
how much I got right, how much I got wrong,
Yeah.
and what
Yeah.
these comments are, what people are saying on my video. I can't even look at the comments because
Yeah, straight up.
The struggle's real.
Yeah, yeah, seriously. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's something to look forward to.
so that could be one.
Oh yeah,
we
yeah.
could try
Potentially
and
seeing.
maybe organize. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, we'll link that up. We'll get
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah.
going.
We'll say goodbye to the audience and then talk more
All right, sounds
off
good.
from the recording. But yeah, thank you guys so much as always for tuning in to
appreciate
us. Yeah.
We appreciate it so much.
You know,
Take
until
it
next
easy,
time.
unplug yourself, plug back in.
That's right. That's right. Hey, look.
Love it.
You see any plugs? Huh?
No,
Wireless.
he's plugless.
Wireless.
He's plugless. I'm wired.
We're
I'm plugged in.
unplugged.
I'm wired in. I'm the Matrix.
I'm
I'm
plugged
wired in.
in.
That's
Let's
right.
go.
If you want to be wired,
All right,
if you
guys.
want to be unplugged. That's
We're
right.
out.
All right.
And
Bye bye.
we're
See
out.
ya.